What's up, YouTube? Jake Marchand coming at you live here, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about the Michelin CrossClimate2 tires again, because guess what? In just a little bit, I am going to get my 25,000 mile oil change and get the tires rotated again. And this seems to be a big kind of deal in the comments. A lot of people want to see. Apparently, a lot of people don't trust all-weather summer tires or whatnot. A lot of you guys in the cold climate just don't trust them at all. And the thing is that a lot of people want to see some durability and like longevity reviews on them. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys before I go and take off. I'm going to go, like I said, it's actually 27,005. I'm like 2,000 miles over. But hey, I'm human. I'm not really Jake the tire guy. I'm Jake the regular guy who happens to use tires. So I'm good. I haven't really kept up with it. I should have got the tires rotated probably like a couple thousand miles ago along with the oil, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what it looks like before I get out there, and we'll talk a little bit about what I think. Once again, didn't get her washed for the video. Fantastic. Sorry about that. Here they are. The good old tread on the Michelin CrossClimate2s. Now, I know there's a little bit of shadow on there, but I hope you guys can see this. I'm going to zoom up. I have a video that I did before that a lot of people seem to like. I was showing everybody the tread at, I think, 10 or 15,000 miles. And, you know, I just want to show you guys what it looks like here, because, I mean, the first thing I have to do is show you guys, like, you can look up a brand new picture of the tires or a video of the tires and, like, what do these things look like? I hope that's clear enough. Now, if I remember correctly, everybody loved it. Everybody loves consistency. So that's number one. And last video I used a penny. The reason I used a penny is actually for more of a pragmatic, practical purpose. It's actually because that's what the troopers use around here, and that's what you get written a ticket on. So you may as well, when in Rome, use what the Romans use, you know. But also at the same time, people seem to have an affinity for old Abe's head. So here's the tread, and here's old Abe's head, and I think old Abe would be dead. So yeah, you can see we'll review it next to the old video, and I'll show you guys. But it looks like, I mean, the tread on this sucker is, like I said, if this was a trooper and he pulled the penny out to test you, you'd be good to go, because his head just has to be touching. I think they were, I can't remember exact depths, but they're supposed to be good down to 3/32, but that doesn't look anywhere close to worn out to me. So that's what the tread looks like. And actually, this may be a better view, just so you can kind of see the, we'll call it micro treads, and all the little grooves and dips and patterns they have cut in there. I guess you can say technically, I want to be honest, there's a little bit of, I feel like back when I got them, there used to be a little bit more definition in these. You can kind of see, like, this one right here seems like it's almost broken through and it's not continuous. I'm not, well, actually they all are, so this may just be something I'm imagining, but you can see a little bit more wear than they were last time, but we'll talk about that in just a second. All right, guys, you saw it for yourself. We went ahead and did the old standard super southern, not too scientific penny test, and I'm gonna go and get a picture up here and screenshot it so you can kind of see what it looked like in the old video and kind of compare it to what it was now, just so you can see. But it seems like there's not too terribly much of a difference. Now, there's a few factors in this that may change, but just for me, I don't really drive particularly fast. It seems like in the past couple months I've had a bit of a heavy lead foot, but I don't drive fast, and like, I'm really, really easy on my car, just because it's like the first new car I ever bought, and I'm trying to keep it as new as possible, even though that sucker has almost 80,000 miles on it in like 2.5 years. But I drive pretty easy on my tires, and that being said, I will floor it if I need to. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm driving too easy, but, you know, I am a little bit easier on my tires, so maybe, you know, like I always say, I drive like an old man. So if you're an older gentleman, you might have less wear than me, but if you're like a lead foot, you might have a little bit more wear than me. But I would have to say, yeah, I drive roughly average, you know. Another thing too is that I do a lot of interstate driving, and the majority interstate driving. So I feel like that a lot of times kind of does affect the wear and tear on my vehicle, specifically my tires. So there are a couple factors. Like, I want you to kind of understand that, you know, if you throw these on an F1 car and run them around the track, you may not have the same experience as me. If you're really, really soft on the gas and you never go over 60, then, you know, you may have better wear than me. But they seem to be holding up just as good as you could imagine. I'm about to go and get them rotated right now and get my oil changed right now. So we'll start this off afresh, but I'm having a blast. Like I said, I guarantee you the Toyo tires that came on my vehicle, the ones that came stock on my vehicle when I first bought it, I guarantee you those suckers were more wore out at 27,500 miles than these were. As a matter of fact, it was kind of funny. I'd never seen this before. Maybe it's because I drive so many trucks, or maybe it's because I don't buy high brand tires. But when I was driving the stock tires, the Toyos on my vehicle, probably like 5,000 to 7,000 miles before I actually changed them. I changed them at 47,000 miles. Probably 5,000 to 7,000 miles into it, I started seeing like these yellow and red bands. Like the grips are still there, but in the depths of the grip you can see these red warning bands in there. So I mean, potentially I should have probably even changed those tires at like 40 or 35, but I ran them probably 7,000 miles on that. So if you were to actually say what the safe what the actual safe driving range on those Toyos I drove, that was probably 40,000 miles, you know. So these are, according to the vehicle, you know, if you were to compare these to the tires that came on my original vehicle, these are well over half their mileage, and they're looking in a bunch better shape. I have a bunch of other videos about the traction and the grip. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm in love with these tires, and you know I'm trying to be honest with you. I'm not getting paid a thing for it. I just really love them, and I've had a lot of comments from you guys, you know, and talking to me and leaving comments, and we've talked about things, and I've dropped videos because of that. This seems to be a really big deal for a lot of people because, you know, these tires make big claims, and you want to know, like, yeah, maybe they do all these great things, maybe they have the great grip, maybe they are the safest in the snow, but if they wear out in 10,000 miles, nobody wants to have it. I'm just trying to be right there for you, you know, so you can kind of live from my experience. Like I said, I'm not babying these, I'm not pumping them up, this is strictly honest. And at the 25 or actually 27,500 miles I've driven them, they look really, really new. If I start seeing the red bands pop out of the tires saying it's time to change them, I'll let you know. Or if they start feeling unsafe, I'll let you know for sure. But if you're going to spend $1,000 to $1,300, $1,400 on a set of these Primo tires, from my experience, and probably more than likely from your experience, they're going to last you 30,000, 40,000 miles. I don't feel like I'm halfway through them yet, because like you saw Abe's head was there, they still got tons of tread in them. But you know, like I said, it should be a good deal for you guys if you're worried about the durability of the tires. They seem like they're gonna last. They don't really seem like they've hit a half-life yet, and I've got 27,500 miles on them. So with any luck, we're gonna have some durability out of these suckers. We're gonna drive them for a while, you know, and I'll keep letting you guys know. Like I said, I'm gonna go out here and get my vehicle maintenance. That's why I wanted to drop this video real quick. But if you have any comments, drop them below. I answer all of them, and I'd love to answer any questions that you have. And also, like I said, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like it. If you've made it this far, you must have enjoyed it just a little bit. So I appreciate you hanging in there with me. And as always, if you want to subscribe, I'm going to keep bringing videos to you. Maybe not all about tires, but about a lot of different things like my real estate and whatnot. So I love you guys. Thanks for hanging in with me. I hope I brought some value, and let me know what you need in the comments, and I'll be right back at you shortly. Talk to you shortly. Bye-bye. Hey guys, just real quick, I'm sorry for having to do this to you, but there was something that I meant to mention that I didn't mention the whole entire time. I haven't felt any difference in the performance of these tires, whether that be like the traction or the snow grip in the snow, or the traction in the rain, or just like the everyday driving experience. The tires haven't gotten any louder or any quieter since they've worn down or anything like that. And I was thinking about that because, like, I'm about to go get my oil changed. I'm literally right around the corner from it. And I mentioned about like the durability and how the tires are lasting and everything, but the real thing that matters on this is the performance. And the tires still feel brand new with all the performance. I mean, like I said, I haven't noticed, for example, like they're halfway wore down, therefore my grip is getting less and I'm starting to slip more when I floor it. It's nothing like that. I've mentioned this once or twice, but I believe it's a full depth tread pattern, and it goes all the way down to 3/32 of an inch, which, you know, I mean, like, we're talking like pretty small, something like that. So, and it still keeps the same essential tread pattern, same safety. So these tires, you know, as compared to other tires, they have all these little micro designs and micro tread in them just for sake of simplicity, and those cause problems. Real quick, those after about 5,000 miles, or just honestly after a couple thousand miles, it'll wear off all the micro details of the tire, and the actual tread profile of the tire is entirely different than what you purchased. For example, I was just talking about my old Toyos. When I bought them, they had all these little hairs, rubber hairs sticking off of them. They had all these micro treads and all these micro designs, and within 5,000 miles, every bit of that was gone. The only thing that was really there was the big main center tread, the tread belts, I call them tread belts, I'm sorry, but the main center tread lines, and then, you know, the main tread design. All the little micro designs were tore away, and the profile of the tire was entirely different. I wasn't testing it, but I would imagine it lost a ton of its performance in the first 5,000 miles. These tires don't do that because they have a really deep tread pattern, and once you wear them down, it still keeps the same exact tread pattern because it's a full depth tread pattern, like I said, down to like 3/32 of an inch. So I wasn't really thinking about it because I wasn't expecting to lose any performance, because essentially they're like brand new tires still. But I also needed to just mention that as well, because, you know, with a lot of tires after 25,000 miles, the tires are, you can't even tell what they were. If you were looking at them, it just looks like an old wore out set of tires at a junk tire shop, and they've totally lost their tread. And like I said, that happens actually a lot more immediately than you think. If you have a car outside and it's got like 5,000 miles on the set of new tires, go check it out real quick and just notice how all of the micro design and all of the detailed design of the tire is gone, and you're basically left with just a standard set of tires with a standard tread. So I wasn't expecting the performance to go anywhere, and it definitely hasn't. Just to kind of update that on you guys, I should have mentioned that. Sorry for not mentioning it. I already told you to like and told you to subscribe and all that other good stuff, and now I'm dropping more knowledge on you. So just wanted to let you guys know that the performance, if you want to look at any performance, I have performance questions, I got videos for it, and it stays the exact same. I haven't noticed any difference in slippage or grip or traction or extreme weather performance. Haven't noticed any difference in my miles per gallon. It hasn't gone up or down with tread wear. Haven't noticed any difference with road noise. Haven't noticed anything. So just want to let you guys know. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys shortly. Thank you.